Hello everyone, welcome to INKTUTORS. Today we'll be discussing Postutme past questions from UNILORIN. Now, this I will call batch 1. Now we'll be releasing a whole lot of content on several school Postutme. So I would want you to follow us regardless of the school we are releasing, because most of these questions are somehow alike. So they will get to play in, probably if you're studying another school Postutme, it can also help you keep your brain updated for your particular school. So please do not limit yourself to any school, but we'll be releasing for several schools. Then another thing you can do for yourself is to click the subscribe button. All you need to do to click the subscribe button is, once you get to the channel below, just click subscribe, then you click the notification bell, and that will tell you that you have subscribed. This will help you get several videos and several schools Postutme will be releasing. Peradventure will release for your school so that you will be updated. Okay, now for this batch, we have like 3 contents here. We have maths, we have English, we have general studies, and as we keep getting the subjects, we'll be releasing them for you. Okay, so we're going to be starting with the maths today. Now, we have about 30 questions all together today. So we'll be starting with the maths. Now, the first question says a laborer is paid 5,400K per month. What is his total salary in one whole number 3/4 years? Now, if he's paid this per month, all we need to do is we need to know how many months are there in one whole number 3/4 years. Now, first of all, you need to know that 1 year gives you 12 months. So you know that each year it's made up of 12 months. So 3/4 year, that's 3/4, will give you 3/4 times 12. And if 4 should cancel 1, 12 cancel 3, that should give us 9 months. So for one whole number 3/4 year, it's equals to 12 plus 9, and okay, that's the 12 plus 9 gives me 21 months. Now, what I'm not going to do is, I'm not going to multiply the 5,400 by the 21 months, because that will give me exactly what he was paid. So 5,400 times 21 should give me my final answer. For the sake of making the calculation easy for me, I'm going to take out the 2 zeros and do my multiplication, so that at the end of my multiplication I'll bring back my 2 zeros. So this is 1 times 4, it gives me 4, 1 times 5 gives me 5, 2 times 4 gives me 8, and 2 times 5 gives me 10. So when I sum it up, I'm going to get 4, 5 plus 8 is 3, I'll carry 1, that's 1, then bring back my 1. Then I put back my 2 zeros. So that means my final answer should be my final answer should be 113,400 naira. So I think this should be the correct answer. This should be the correct answer, except for the fact that they mixed one of the zero. So that is for this question. Now, going to the second question. It says, which of the following is divisible by 3? Now, for you to know numbers that are divisible by 3, the rule states that the sum of the numbers must be divisible by 3. If you understand your multiplication table very well, for instance, if you want to know that 36 is divided by 3, add 3 plus 6, 9, and it's going to 9 can be divided by 3. So all we need to do is, what is the sum of the number? The first one is 5 plus 4 plus 1 plus 3 plus 2 plus 6. 5 plus 4 will give us 9. 9 plus 1 is 10. 10 plus 3 is 13. 13 plus 2 is 15. 15 plus 6 is 21. And 21 divided by 3 gives us 7. Yes, this is divisible by 3. Then the second one, for the second number, 5 plus 9 plus 6 plus 7 plus 0 plus 1 plus 3. So 5 plus 9 will give us 14. 14 plus 6 gives us 20. 20 plus 7 gives us 27. 27 plus 0 is 27. 27 plus 1 is 28. 28 plus 3 gives us, that's 31. And 31 divided by 3, you're going to have a remainder. So this cannot be divisible by 3. It's not possible. So that means our final answer here is the first one, which is that's I only, so I only is correct, so that's the correct answer. Now to question 3. Now question 3 says if 10% of a number is subtracted from it, result is 1800. The number is what? Now when you get questions like this, the first thing I want you to do is assume that the number is x. So say let number be x. Now it says 10% of a number is subtracted from that number. That means x minus 10%, 10 over 100 of x will give us 1/8. Now if you can break this equation down, then you've gotten the answer to this. This means x minus 0.1x is equal to 1/8. Now factorize x out to make it easier for you. X is into 1 minus 0.1 is equal to 1/8. Now to tell you that this is correct, x times 1 gives us x, x times 0.1 gives us 0.1x. Now this means 1 minus 0.1 will give us 0.9. So this is 0.9x is equal to 1800. Therefore x is going to be 1800 divided by 0.9. Now to make this easier for you to calculate, just multiply both sides by what? 10. So multiply by 10, this will give you 18,000 divided by 9. 9 here is 1, 9 in 18 it's 2, then your 300. That means your final answer is 2000. So 2000 is the correct answer. Okay, then the next question is question 4, which says 2/3 of a class passed English language. Yes, it says 2/3 passed. Okay, then the number of students who failed English language. This is a very straight and direct question. If 2/3 passed, then it means the people that failed is actually 1/3. And how do we get that? We say 1 minus 2/3, which is 1/3. Or you say 3/3 minus 2/3, which is what? 1/3. As easy as that. Then going to question 5. If you go to question 5, it says the breadth and length of a rectangle L and 2L. The breadth and length of a rectangle are L and 2L respectively. What is the perimeter? Now, for you to understand this question better, I prefer you draw a diagram of a rectangle. Don't mind my rectangle. So the longer side is going to be 2L and this side is going to be L. Now remember that the two sides are equal and opposite. So this is going to be 2L and this is going to be L. Now perimeter says add up the 4 sides. Now this is going to be L plus 2L plus L plus 2L. So L plus 2L gives us 3L plus L gives us 4L plus 2L gives us 6L. So as easy as that. So the final answer is 6L. So that's our final answer. So the next question says, that's question 6. What is the angle? What is the angle in the degree of a straight line? Okay, now this is also another direct question. So I want you to know, while talking about straight lines, you need to know that this is 90 degree. When you say this so this is not a straight line. Then 180 degree is a straight line actually. So this is 180 degree is a straight line. So the angle in a straight line is actually 180 degree. So I'm going to circle C as our final answer. So now question 7 says in a coding system, number 0 to 9 are coded A to J. What will be the code for the number 4238? Now all you just need to do is represent your own coding system. So all you need to do, you say 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now under 0 you have A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J. So 4 is E, 4 is E, and 2 is C. So from already, I can already see E, C. So I believe the next one, 3 is going to be D. So 3 is D, and 9 will be, 8 will be I. So already, immediately I notice the first 2 numbers, I'm going to stop and tick my answer so I can save time. So my final answer it's going to be this is my final answer, ECDI. Okay, so the next question, that's question 8. It says obtain the missing number in the sequence. Now look at the sequence very well. All you need to do is understand the pattern. Now 2 increased to 3. What happened? 2 plus 1 gave us 3. Now let me represent it. 2, 3. So we notice there was a plus 1 here. Now 3 plus 2 gave us 5. Wow. Okay, now 5 plus 3 gave us what? 8. Now notice it's increasing by 1. So that means 8 plus the next number will be 4 will give us what? 12. Now to test it to be sure that you're correct, 12 plus 5 should give us 17. So the correct answer it's 12. So that's the correct answer. Now going to question 9. Now it says a retailer sells at a discount of 15% of the marked price if a customer pays 16,700 for an item. What is the marked price of the item? Now this has to do with pricing, discount. Now understand the meaning of discount. For instance, if you go to the market and the price of a tuber of yam is 100 naira and the person says I'll give you a 10% discount, he removed 10% of the price for you, which is 10 naira. So that means instead of selling it 100 naira, he now sold it to you at 90 naira. So it means there was actually, what is the marked price, which is the selling price? So there's actually a selling price which we are going to call X. Then he now removed discount for the customer, which is 15 over 100 X, which now made the customer pay 16,700. If you're able to solve this question, then you already gotten your answer. So this is X minus 0.15X, which is equal to 16,700. All you do is collect like terms. So X into 1 minus 0.15 will give you 16,700. Now I don't know if you'll be allowed to use calculator. Notice I'm not using calculator to solve my own questions. So this is going to be 1 minus 0.5 is going to give us 0.85X is equal to 16,700. Now our X is now going to be 16,700 divided by 0.85. Now how are you going to multiply this with our calculator? My advice is multiply both up and down with double zeros to eliminate the 0 and the decimal. So 16,700,000 divided by 85. Now how did I get this? I multiplied here by 100 and I multiplied here by 100. Now look at this. If you're a very smart student, you can guess the answer already from here. Now how are you going to know? If you're to do this and you're not giving calculator, it's going to waste your time. But this is my advice for you as a student. Now look, 85 into 167. You know that 80 into 160 will give us 2. Then 85 times 2 is supposed to give us 170. Because this is 167, you know that it has to be 19 something. So already I can already dictate my answer. Now let me explain it again. It's just like saying you have 18 over or 17 divided by 9. Now when you have 17 divided by 9, you know that 9 into 17 you have, because it's not up to 18. If it was up to 18, it's going to be 2. But because it's not up to 18, you know it's going to be 1.9 something. You can punch that on your calculator. So you just have to know that. So because I know that if I multiply 85 by 2, I'm going to get 170. And because I know 167 is close to 170, so it's not 2. It's going to be 19 something. So I know that I will now have a balance of, I will have 19, then all I need to now do is I just need to I know I'll be getting 19, then some other values. So because I already know that there is 19 in my answer, I'm going to take the one that has this. This is now my final answer. Okay, but if you really want to go ahead and divide it, get to burn your time, no problem. But there are cases where you need to just look at your answer, then you get to know which one that's your correct answer. If you're giving calculator, good, but if you don't have calculator, you just have to figure a way to solve it without wasting much of your time. Now, the other one says, given that G is proportional to the square of H, okay, this is a direct proportional question. Now it says G is directly proportional to the square of H. If G, that means solving this, G will be equal to K H square. That means, therefore, K will be equal to G over H square. So let's get the constant of proportionality. K will be, they said G is 5 and H is 3. So 3 squared, this is equal to 5 over 9. Then it says find H. So for us to find H, we know that K is equal to G over H square. If you cross multiply, you get K H square is equal to G. That means H square will be equal to G over K. Means H square is equal to our G. They say G is 100. Then divided by our K. We got our K as 5 over 9. Now this means H square will be 100 times 9 over 5. Now 5 cancel here is 1. 5 into 100 is 20. This means H square will be equal to 180. Now to get our H will be equal to square root of 180. Now to get the square root of 180 without calculator, first of all, you need to know the numbers that have closer perfect squares. 13 is going to give us 169, and 14 should give us about 196. Therefore 180 is in between, and if you check, 180 is closer to 169 than 196. So I'd prefer to choose, maybe my answer should be around 13.4 or so, or probably 13.43 or 13.39, but approximately my answer should be equal to 13.40. So this is my final answer. So I think this particular question is wrong from whoever solved it. So you look out for things like this. Yes, they can't be 100% correct. So you can also vet the answer if you solve it by commenting on the section whether we are correct or wrong. Okay, the next one is the English section. Okay, so we'll be going to the first question in the English. Now it says Mrs. James had lived dash 5 years. Okay, Mrs. James have lived while 5 years. No, that's not the answer. Mrs. James have lived for 5 years. I think that's it. Mrs. James has lived since 5 years. No, that's not the answer. Mrs. James has lived during. So I think here the correct answer is 4. Mrs. James has lived for 5 years. Now question 2 says, which of the following can be formed from the words in capital? Now we need to pick out, can we really form, which of the following words can be formed? Can icon be formed from dictation? Yes, we have C, we have I, we have O, and we have N. So it's correct. Tate, there is no E. There is in Tate, there is no E in dictation, so it's wrong. Ion, there is no E. Then data, there is just one A. So the correct answer is icon. So icon is the correct answer. Takes us to question 3. Now it says we dash that concert. Now he said we were disappointed in that concert. Now if you notice, he said that concert, it means the concert has already happened. So first of all, disappointing is a continuous statement, so it is wrong. So it's going to be disappointed, but now we need to choose whether it's going to be off or by. So we were disappointed of that concert. I don't think so. So we were disappointed by that concert. Yes. So the correct answer is disappointed by the concert. Now question 4 says, when did Bayo dash college? When did Bayo graduate from college? When did Bayo graduate college? When did Bayo graduating? So it cannot be C and D. So it's going to be A. A is the correct one that pronounces the English very well. So when did Bayo graduate from college? So this question says such news is always dashed to be true. That's question 6. So now such news is always dashed to be true. Now it says so good to be true, very good to be true, too good to be true, good to be true. Now notice the person is disbelieving. Like, yes, the news is actually good, but he doesn't believe. Like, it's too good to be true. So the right word, it's using the word too, because too brings in a negative statement. Like, it's like a paradox, like two opposite words lying side by side. So I prefer the answer to this particular question. The answer to this question, it's too good to be true, because it doesn't really believe it's true. So it's too good, like it shouldn't be true. So it's too good to be true, like it's too good to believe it. Okay, so question 7 says sentence is to paragraph as word is to. Okay, now look at this very well, study it very well. A sentence is always started by a paragraph. Now you can now guess the answer. A word is always started by a letter. So it's letter, it's the actual answer. So letter is the correct answer. Then go to question 8. Which of the following should appear first, but appear first alphabetically? Now you understand how your dictionary works. So if you've been using your dictionary, yes, you should get this answer. Now check, all of them all starts with A, B, A, B, A, B. Now which one has A, B first? So it's this Abel. So Abel is the correct answer because B comes first before any other word. So that takes us to question 9. It says Sue and Jennifer are fair, Brian and Robin are dark, Sue and Robin are tall. Who is fair and tall? Now notice Sue and Jennifer are fair. Then let's check who is tall. Sue and Robin are tall. So the person that is fair and tall is Sue. So what's our marker? So Sue is the correct answer because it says Sue is fair and also Sue is also tall. So Sue is fair and tall. So that's the correct answer. Then question 10 says, okay, Sue and Jennifer are fair, Brian and Robin are dark, Sue and Robin are tall. Who is tall and dark? Now from our question, Brian and Robin are dark, then Sue and Robin are tall. So it means Robin is tall and dark. So the correct answer here is Robin. So that brings us to the end of the English, and the final one is the general paper. Okay, now for the general paper, will be, the first question says, okay, let's go to the first question. The gas predominantly responsible for global warming. Yes, you need to know most of all these things. There are things you need to know offhand. It's carbon monoxide, carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide, it's what is really causing global warming, and we've been trying to curb it out. Okay, so electric current is measured. This is more or less like a physics question. Now notice voltmeter, it's used to measure voltage and not current. This is for measuring voltage. Anemometer is used for measuring wind speed. Commentator is totally out of it. So ammeter is the correct answer, used for measuring current. So learn it. Then okay, then to question 3, it says the title of the traditional ruler of Benin is called, okay, so we have Oba. Oba is the correct answer for Benin. Igwe is for the Igbos. Obi is also for the Igbos. Obong is for the Calabars. So Oba is the correct answer. Question 4 says, which of these is not a method of preventing iron from rusting? Yes. How do you prevent iron from rusting? Number, you can lubricate it, you can galvanize it, you can paint, but melting does not prevent rusting. So the correct answer is melting. It doesn't prevent rusting. Then question 5 says, which of this is not a rainbow color? Now let me teach you something. To get a rainbow color, just know these letters. Roy Weave. Where this is red, orange, yellow, green, blue, I is indigo, and V is violet. Violet. Now we have indigo, yes. Do we have purple? No. Do we have orange? Yes. Do we have green? Yes. So the correct answer is purple. Purple is not found in rainbow. Question 6 says a person who flies an aircraft eats. So a person who flies an aircraft is, you all know that, Anybody that doesn't know this should go back to primary 1. It's a pilot. Even primary 1 knows that pilot. So a captain is for a ship. An aeronautic engineer is someone who fixes plane. The question 7 says an example of a confluence stand in Nigeria. A confluence stand is where two rivers meet. So one of the confluence stand is Lokoja. Lokoja is the point where River Benue meets River Niger. So Lokoja is a confluence point. Now, so question 8 says a trained person that specializes in the treatment of disease and disorders of the teeth is called it says cardiologist. A cardiologist is someone who treats hearts. A dermatologist is someone who treats the skin. A physician is a general medical practitioner. General medical. I don't think the answer is in this option. By the way, we have one of the options missing, and I think that should be the correct answer, which should be dentist. So a dentist is someone who treats the teeth and diseases of the teeth. So that's the correct answer. So question 9 says we eat carbohydrates food to give us. Carbohydrate is known to give energy. So why our final question says a large area of water surrounded by land, it's called island. Okay, so for instance, we have the Madagascar island. We also have the Victoria Island because the island is surrounded by water. So when you have a pool of water surrounding a land, it's called an island. So thank you very much for staying online with us. Thank you for subscribing. Now, if you haven't subscribed, please click the subscribe button and click the notification bell because we'll be releasing other contents. Thank you, stay tuned, and God bless you as you study.